Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. It's dark, isn't it? It's dark outside there tonight. It's dark tonight, isn't it? Dark night. I just want to say, give you a warm welcome today to Kenshi Radio and to this show. I want to say thank you very much for tuning in. This is Vikas Chopra on training for employment and personal development. That's the program here today, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Training for personal development and employment. You can say it one way around or the other way around, employment and personal development, or personal development and employment. Either way, it's the same program. And that's why we are here today, because we want to help you to develop yourself. We want to help you to look at your employment status. We want you to look at how you can grow as a person. And we're going to look at some hints and tips on how you can improve the way you do things to make yourself better. And I just want to say my email address is excellencetrain@outlook.com. We are from Excellence Train and Recruitment / Coaching. So there's a number of things that we do with communities to help them to personally develop. All right, so how's your week been? Number one, first of all, how's your week been? And I know it's just started. How has it been? We're on a Wednesday, yeah? So yeah, how's it been? How's it been? And how are you getting on today? And how's your Christmas shopping going on? Have you managed to get everything you need for your Christmas shopping? I know I said on the last program that some people might be concerned about providing and about money, potentially. So if you're struggling, and we know it's very, very difficult out there. I know there's certain support groups that will help you to get some things that you need, etc. And just a little prayer out for those people that might be finding it really, really, really difficult, because we are in this difficult, and people call it unprecedented times, where things can be very hard for us. So I just want to say to you, well, look, our thoughts are with you, and if we can do something on the program that will make an improvement for you, that can help you or give you a tip to make you develop, then we'll happily do that for you. So if you want to give us some feedback, Sharon, thank you. Good afternoon, sir. Yes, you can book a lesson. My details. I'm going to put them in a bit so you can get in touch with me. My number 07932 604 705. You can get in touch with me. As I say, nice comment, lovely comment there. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. Yes, what I'd want to know is probably what lesson you want to book, so that we can give you the support you need, sir. All right, so you need to get in touch with me. You can text me on my WhatsApp. Whilst on the program, I usually say, if you text me on the WhatsApp, I'll get back to you. There's a lot of people getting back to me, and there's messages going backwards and forwards, and there's a lot of people taking charge of their training and their personal development. And I want to congratulate those people for doing so. Those people that are taking charge of their development, their development and their personal development and their career situation as well. Okay, you say you do boxing classes. All right, no problem whatsoever. As soon as I start up, yes, I haven't mentioned a lot about the fact that I deliver box fit training and that's Insanity Box Fit Training. I haven't mentioned a lot about that, but yes, you can join us. That'll be no problem at all. But at the moment, we're not training due to the Tier 3 situation. So as soon as I start, I will let you know, and you can come and train with me. That's no problem whatsoever. But it'll be a pleasure to have you on. And obviously, I need to talk to you beforehand to make sure you can train with us as well. Okay, in terms of your health and etc. I hope you haven't got no health issues. That's the main thing, really. Anyway, but yes, we'll be on. Definitely. Boxing, yes. Box fit, boxing, we'll be on. We'll definitely be on. So the boxing is one of the other activities that we do, sports related, in relation to physical fitness. And yes, we do sessions, and we will invite you to those sessions once they restart again. But currently, they're not starting, not just yet. Let's get over this COVID situation, and let's get out to the tier 3. And yes, we will start training, definitely. Yeah, I'm looking forward to get back as well, because I've cut back my training. But yeah, you can train with me. You can see I'm already hitting my knuckles. I feel like boxing now. Yeah. Oh yeah. So yes, you can train with us, no problem whatsoever. Yeah. So yeah, we're talking about training and personal development, and into personal development becomes physical development, because if you physically develop, you'll be developing internally and personally as well. So movement and posture does improve your health. So that is personal development, I believe, as well. That is part of your personal development. All right. So question I want to ask you is, are you a really good listener? All right. Are you a really good listener? Do you listen out for things? Say the word things. Things mean very open. Do you look out and listen out for potential opportunities? Are you listening out there to take charge of maybe something that you want to learn about? Are you a really good listener? And when can you remember the last time you heard some important information and you acted on that important information? When's the last time you did that? When's the last time you did that? Are you a good listener? You see, a friend of mine used to go into a restaurant, and it was a very expensive restaurant. Cost him a lot of money. And he used to pull the tables to and sit near wealthy people. And he used to eavesdrop and listen to their conversations. He would grab the table and move it close and listen in carefully to what they were saying, what kind of conversations they were having. See, if you want to develop yourself, you want to really be careful as to what you're listening to, who you're listening to. And that even might mean your internal conversation that you're having on the inside. So who are you listening to? Number one. And are you a good listener? Well, are you a good listener is the first question. And the second question was, who are you listening to right now? You can say you, Vikas. Yes, you are listening to me. Yes. But as I say, a friend of mine used to go into that restaurant and draw his table to and eavesdrop and just listen in to what these wealthy people were saying, what kind of conversations they were having, whether they could impact infectiously on his life to make him improve the quality of life he had. So I'm not saying go around eavesdropping on everybody. I'm saying what I'm saying to you is, who are you listening to? What kind of information is coming to you? And how are you acting on that information? Is that information for your benefit? So yeah, just something to think about, and I just want you to consider that. So let's get back to part of the session and who we are. We are here. I'm here to help you with personal development and training. I'm going to go through the schedule of our courses that we've got left for the rest of the year. I'm also going to go through some potential jobs that have been filled and potential roles that are out there for you if you would like to do them. If you're really interested in getting employed, or if you're really interested in getting some experience. And I'm going to talk very briefly about a sales course. Yeah, a sales course that we have that can help you to become more efficient, and why you should be doing a sales course. I know people that in their younger teens. I remember myself. I was a very quiet person when I was around 18, 19. But then you know what I did? I went into sales. And then in a retail shop, I worked hard there. I developed my skills and I started learning better ways of delivering and getting that sale. Better ways of entry. I'd get it wrong the first couple of times. Approached a customer in the wrong way. But then when I developed the art of communicating, guess what? My confidence went up. I felt I could talk to people a lot more easier. And I could push for a sale. We used to sell jeans. We used to work in a jean shop. And I remember I became the top seller of the Wrangler jeans. Top seller I became of Wrangler jeans in that particular shop. And the only reason why is because there was a commission based on that one. And it was the commission that pushed me to sell the Wrangler jeans. And you know what the thing is? The thing is, can you see my motivation there? My motivation was to make a bit of extra money on top of what I was making. So anybody that came into the shop, they would try Levi's, they would try Lee, but I would draw them very persuasively towards the Wrangler jean and push a little bit of emphasis on there and say these are the ones that you need to be wearing. And obviously they did look good in them. I wouldn't just sell someone something for the sake of it. You know me, yeah? You know me. All right, so yes, that's how I would push for sales. All right, so we're going to talk about sales. All right, so first things first. Are you an employer? Are you an employer looking to professionalize your team? Are you an employer looking to support your team? Are you a caring employer wanting to develop things for your team? Are you an employer or a business owner looking for some free training for your team? Or do you want to pay for it? Because you can pay for it. Give me the money, I'll take it off you if you've got too much. Or if you want it free, if you want your team to be developed for free, then obviously come to me. Either way, I can help you if you want to pay. And either way, if you don't want to pay, I can still help you as well. So there's a little bit of a parallel there for you. The free courses are only available to people in the West Midlands. And what I want to say is get in touch. If you're from the West Midlands, get in touch with me. I'm holding my hand out, and I'll keep saying this every week. You need to be biting my hand off to say, yes, free training, yeah? You can save your organization money through training. All right, now, are you employed with an organization? Are you employed with an organization so that you need to personally develop, or so that you want to look to step up within your organization? So where are you with regards to your own personal development? There's a lot of people now thinking about career changes. Are you one of those? Are you looking to make a little change to make yours to do what you would like to do? You see, if you change what you do and you're working in an environment that you're happy in, work isn't work, is it? Because if you're happy in that environment, like one business owner said to me, I'm going to go home now after this sauna and steam, and I'm going to start working on the computer. And I said, I would not like to be you. Well, he said, Mr. Chopra, you don't understand, because work to me is not work. Work is something that I really enjoy, and I can do it anytime from home. Yes, I'm a workaholic, but work to me is not work. So would you like to do something that you enjoy? Whether it's working in the security industry, we know hospitality is down currently, whether it's working in the hospitality industry, depending on where you would like to work. So, or are you unemployed that have been banging on doors? You've been knocking and knocking and knocking and knocking and nothing's happening. You've been sending out no CVs. You've been approaching various employers. You've been writing letters to employers. Nothing is happening. Or you've been laid off because of COVID. Are you in any of these categories? And if you are, I'll tell you one thing now. For me, personally, some people have been asking me, what am I doing? Well, I'll tell you now, I'm preparing. It's preparation time for me. When you haven't got much to do, you got to, well, when I say you haven't got much to do, there's always something to do. If you're not busy with work, there's always something else you can do to make yourself busy, to make yourself sharper, to make yourself ready to find employment. So if you're not doing nothing, you need to be thinking about preparation. Are you preparing? Making yourself sharper? It may be a time for you to start thinking about maybe doing a couple of free courses, because that's what we offer out. Maybe it's time to sharpen up. Would you like to be sharper than that razor blade when people talk to you? So that's what I want you to consider and think about. Email address again, mine's excellencetrainer@outlook.com. You can get in touch with me. And if you want to go by Facebook, it's you type in Train to Development, and it'll lead you to our job club page. You can go on there. Sometimes there's vacancies on there, and you can interact with our page there. Train to Development. Train and then number 2 and development. You can go on there and find us on there as well. Alright, my number is 07932 604 You can communicate with me at your chosen time. I'll leave that with you. If you're looking for work, we're here to help you find work. Sadly, these warehouse roles that we had that I was talking about the other week, they have now all been filled, but they will reopen up again in the new year. So just be ready to get engaged for the work there. All right. So warehouse operative role will be from 11 to 13 pounds an hour. New year. We haven't got long left. I'm sure you're all preparing for Christmas now. I'm sure you're all preparing for Christmas. And you're probably even saying to yourselves, it's time to stop dieting till after Christmas. Have you stopped dieting? Haha. Have you? I haven't. I'm still eating very healthily myself. Alright. So yeah. We have care worker roles available that can help you with if you're interested. Days, day shifts generally. Some night awakes were available but no longer. Wolverhampton areas, if you're a car driver and you can speak Punjabi or Hindi or any other language, you are at an advantage. So care work is available for you. I say if you're a driver, superior advantage. You don't need no training. We'll give you all the training you want to help you work in that role with ease. And if you are a caring person, like somebody that came on one of my programs, that came on the warehouse role, I realised he was a very caring person, and from what he was saying to me, and I says to him, you would make a really good carer. What do they say? There is more joy in giving than there is in receiving. So when you care for people, it gives you a certain type of unparalleled joy that you haven't had before. So care, if you want to be a carer, I would say that's very, very admirable. And there's so many different types of care roles that you can do. Not just working with residents, which this role involves working with residents. You could be doing just general home support, personal care and non-personal care. So there's various roles available. In this particular role that we have advertised, you will be working and doing personal care. So we have had some security vacancies that were present and now have dissolved. Those positions are now filled. All right, so HGV Class 1 CNE drivers required, various shifts, limited company, Monday to Friday, £14.35 an hour, Saturday, Sunday, £16.91 an hour. So we have that role available for you if you're interested. One thing with that role is you'll have a driving assessment done, you need CPC license, you need CPC DigiCard passport, you need work eligibility to work in the UK, national insurance number, and your proof of address if you want that role. All right, now do you want to learn? Now this is another question coming up, but I'm going to go on a quick break and I'll be back in just a minute there, so hang tight there if you can do, yeah? All right, just a minute there. Okay, back again, Vikas Chopra. Thank you very much for listening in. Training for personal development and employability, employment and personal development. And getting myself into some tongue twisters today. I don't know what's going on. I think it might be the weather or it might be the cold, maybe impacting on my tongue. I don't know. So I want to thank you very much for listening in. And we're talking about these questions that I was giving you just a few moments ago. Do you want to learn English? Do you want to improve your English? Do you want any life coaching? Do you want any support with any coaching to help you? Do you want any mentoring? Is there anything you want to talk to me about? You want to approach me confidentially? I'll feel free to. There's no charge. It's absolutely free. Just get in contact. I'm here to give you the support you need. I've helped a lot of people and from various issues, etc. So we do coaching and mentoring, so we can help you with that. We can offer you some free qualifications. You can do these qualifications online, or you can do them via attending our sessions as well. All right, unfortunately, the boxing that we do deliver and boxing sessions that we have, there has to be a charge for that because I have to hire the hall out and there's costs involved in that. So, but you can get in touch with me if you want to do those as well. That's fine. All right, but with regards to the educational training, it's absolutely free for you to do. But you need to get in touch with me and be speaking to me and connecting with me if you want to improve yourself. Now, if you are really interested in improving yourself, and you need to listen to the program very carefully, you need to listen to it from the beginning, because I've opened a loop up at the beginning of the program to get your thinking. And I asked you those 2 questions. So keep them in the back of your mind because we're going to revisit them. And I asked you about whether you are a good listener. That was a question. Are you a good listener? All right. And who do you listen to? What kind of people do you listen to? And I told you about a friend of mine and what he was doing. And I'm not by all means saying go out there and start eavesdropping on everybody. But what I am saying is you need to be very, very careful. You need to be very, very careful about who you listen to and what information they give you and how credible that information is and how that information can make an impact on your life. All right, so I'm going to give you some facts about listening. I'm going to give you some important facts about listening to people in a moment as we start to go through so that you can start considering how or what you are listening to and the language that you are having. All right, on the internal side of your mind. So attending sessions, you can attend these sessions that we deliver. You can also do the programs online if you're not able-bodied and you're struggling to get out, especially with the cold. I know people generally in this weather just don't want to get up. I spoke to someone a few hours ago and they said to me, it's too cold. I don't go out in the cold weather. My answer was, your body warms up within 20 minutes. So why don't you take a walk? Get some real oxygen inside you. And the real oxygen is what your body needs. If you're indoors all the time, in front of artificial light all the time, watching TV all the time, you're not getting real oxygen. The body needs real oxygen to thrive. The tissues need oxygen. So why don't you go out? And if you think I'm bad, you need to meet a guy called Mr. Wim Hof, who goes to the mountains and takes his clothes off and sits in the snow. He swims underwater, world record holder, Mr. Wim Hof. If you think I'm bad, he's worse. So a little bit of cold, a little bit of heat, a little bit of cold gives you a little bit of a stressor on your body. And that causes a hormetic effect on your body. Once you get a hormetic effect on your body bounces back from that stress response and improves its ability. So going for a walk, after 20 minutes you'll be warm. Just try it. Try going for a walk. Try do an hour a day. That's not a lot. That's approximately around 8,000 steps. And watch your health improve. Watch that weight drop off just by walking. Yes, just by walking. You don't have to be running around everywhere. Just start walking and see what happens. All right, so right now I remember walking through the town at one point in time, and I remember listening in on a conversation, and there's this guy there, and I don't remember looking at the face, but I remember listening. I talked about listening to things very, very carefully, and I remember the guy was saying, I've got it, he says, I've got that Wi-Fi connection. All right. I've got the Wi-Fi connection. Do you have the Wi-Fi connection to success? And whatever that means to you, because success is a very open word. The English language is a bit vague. Have you got that Wi-Fi connection moving towards success? And as I said, success is an open word. Can mean a few things, can't it? We don't know exactly what it means, but I always say success when someone talks about success. Do you want to be successful? Well, successful is Whatever you want on your terms. It's on your terms. It might not be about money. It might not be about money. A wise man told someone to go and a wise man told someone to go and find his hidden treasure, and he says you have to go under this fountain. And the guy went back to the wise man and says, I didn't find no hidden treasure. I went under the fountain, underneath, and the sun was on me. He says, I wasn't talking about that kind of treasure. So success can mean anything upon your term, the terms you have for success. So I need to think about that very, very carefully. All right, do you have that Wi-Fi connection and you're moving towards success for you? Now, who are you listening to, as we mentioned earlier on? Whoever you listen to will make a difference to the quality of your life. Who is your worst enemy? You could say someone maybe on the inside. Someone telling you to have those Snicker bars, yeah? We're not talking about weight all the way through this or nutrition, but someone on the inside, someone tells you something. You can't do that. The next time someone says to you, you can't do that, you want to have an answer for that. You need to say in a louder voice, what prevents me from doing that? So remember what I just said there, those two language patterns there. Someone says to you, you can't do that. You need to say, what prevents me from doing that? You're asking a different question. You're asking a better question. You can't do that. Make that, lower that tone down. And over the top of it, you layer it and say, well, what's preventing me from doing that? And you'll see that your neurological connections will think differently when you start doing that. What's preventing you from doing that? What's preventing you? So if you're saying you can't, you're doing the process of you can't you? Yeah, you can't do something. Would you agree with me? All right, so your language, I've got some notes written down for this talk here. The language of the unconscious is most influential. The language of the unconscious is most influential, which penetrates the mind. Sometimes we pick up things people say to us. That's the language of the unconscious. All right, so we pick them up and we adopt these beliefs, and these can be limiting beliefs. And the language of the unconscious can be subtle, and you tend to accept it. Yet you accept it, but you weren't aware that you've accepted this language of this unconscious language inside your mind that might be limiting you from doing things. As somebody said to me yesterday, and we're doing first aid, they says, I can't do this. I'm not used to doing this. It's not me. I can't do it. Now, it would have meant for them failure of a level 3 qualification. You have to show me and demonstrate to me the movements, words, on how you would assess an unconscious casualty. And this person couldn't do it. I rephrased what they said. You can do the process of can't. That's what you're saying to me. I said, how many kids have you got? You just told me you've got 6 kids. And you just told me you've got 10 grandchildren. I think you're a super leader. That's what I said. That was my answer. So in terms of what you can and can't do, I said, you're a leader. So how can you not do this? You cannot not communicate. You cannot not do what you want to do. All right? Okay, I'm going to give you 5 points and facts to remember with regards to language. And the first point is you accept things and believe them, yet you never knew it. You accept and believe things sometimes, and yet you never were aware of this fact. So you need to be careful as to what you're taking into that mind and what you're listening to and how and what you're accepting and who you're listening to. So be sure to find the right things to listen to. You need to be sure. And that means nourishing yourself. That means reading. That means listening to things that are going to stimulate the mind. Because your language is vague and is full of presuppositions. A presupposition is a saying that is a convenient belief. And our language is full of them. So for example, if I was to say to you, knowledge is power. A lot of people say it, don't it? Knowledge is power. But a lot of people, and we live in the information age, a lot of people have the knowledge, but they don't know what to do with the knowledge. So knowledge is power. Tony Robbins might turn around and say knowledge, as he would say, knowledge has potential power, depending on what you do with the knowledge. So knowledge is powerful. So our language is full of presuppositions. Our language is full of sayings, and sometimes those sayings can limit us. They can limit us, these sayings can, and we don't realise. We pick up this language and we don't realise. I mean, you can say knowledge is power, which is true, but unless you decide to act upon the knowledge, you will not get anywhere. Alright, so okay, now we learn despite knowing and not knowing, and all is unconscious learning. I've just been talking about this. We learn despite knowing and not knowing. We are unconsciously learning. We are always unconsciously learning and picking up things, either from the TV, either from the soaps, either from the radio, either from the newspapers, and it's gearing us in a certain direction. You don't realise it. You don't realise that you, as I said on the last program, you are being programmed. So, however, you need to think about what you need to be learning and move towards what you need to be learning. Somebody asked me to get involved with some political activism some years ago, and they assumed that I was interested, and they assumed that I would be a good spokesperson for them. But you know what? I don't support that activism, and I don't know much about it in order to push it forwards. So you know what I did? I kindly rebuffed their offer. Alright. Whether or not you believe you were right, you are right. Whether or not you believe you are right, you are right. Or whether you believe you are wrong, you are wrong. So I had some years ago a group of people in my classroom, and they all said, oh, I'm going to find a job. Some of them said, I'm going to find a job. Some said, there's no jobs out there. Well, if you believe there's no jobs out there, then I'll tell you now, there are no jobs out there for you. If you want to believe that. If you've hit the age of 50, 49, nobody wants me now, and you're saying that question, well, I'm telling you, you ain't going to find work. If you believe you're not going to find work, you're not going to find it, because it's about your attitude. Somebody said to me the other day, I was looking at something that they were selling, and they says, you're just a time waster. My kind reply was, am I so? Well, it's a perfect way for you to drive away your customers. I've been asking about the product. And then the person decided to swear at me. Well, I was trying to help them, and I was going to look at buying that product. but they assumed that I was a time waster, and they believed that I was a time waster, and their belief became a reality when their belief converted into being rude and swearing, because I kindly retracted my interest in that product. And it was a good couple of £1,000. I was going to buy it. I was looking to buy it. I was looking to go and view it, depending on what the product was like. But I refused to buy it based on the person's approach. First of all, he accuses of me of being a time waster. Then secondly, he swears at me when I tell him that you are driving your customers away, because I am interested in that product. All right, so just moving forwards onto these, I just want to talk about, okay, I want to talk very, very briefly about what you're going to learn on this sales program if you come on it, if you inquire about it. And we're talking about outcomes. So we're going to be looking at sales and you today. We're going to be looking at sales and you today. We're going to look at how to communicate with your clients. Number 3, we're going to be looking at strategies that make your communication extremely powerful. Strategies that make your communication more persuasive and powerful. Or maybe you want to become a speaker. Well, you need to get in touch, because I can coach you in the right direction. I can give you a nice encouraging critique to help you develop, and so that you can talk about what you want to talk. If you've got a message for someone, then you can help you to get that message out there. All right, so rapport. We're going to talk about what is rapport and how it accentuates the sale. You learn about rapport skills, I'm telling you now, you're going to be really, really influential. And we're going to talk about, on the program, active listening skills. Now, if you are interested in this program, if you want to get involved in sales, if you want to get a qualification out of this, an internal qualification that we're delivering out to you, if you want to become more persuasive, if you want to recognize new things about yourself and start to really push yourself like you never pushed yourself before, because you've got to push yourself sometimes, and you kind of ski off the edge a little bit. Ski off the edge and then come back. Don't come off the edge totally, but ski off it and come back. That's how skiers learn. They learn to ski, then they go off the edge and come back. Go off the edge and come back. They learn the art of coming back in when they're skiing off the edge. Take a little risk. Just push yourself a little bit beyond. Just push yourself so you can handle those meetings better. Push yourself so that you don't get so nervous when you're communicating to a group. Push yourself so you can get your story out. Push yourself so you can be more confident. We can do that with you. We can push yourself so you can recognize things when you're communicating with someone, so that you know you have the rapport ready in order to influence the person, and the ecology of the conversation is perfect. So that's what I want to encourage you to do today. All right, so if you're interested in this sales program, if you're interested in doing a bit of sales and working along with us as well, there's a possible opportunity for you there if you want to join us. There's a possible opportunity depending on how you grow and how you develop, and we can help you to do that. So Vikas Chopra, thank you very much for listening in to us. And I just want to say thank you for taking your time out. Those of you that are revisiting the programs, if the program has already been played and you're listening to it afterwards, I'm going to say thank you again, because I'm telling you now, there's gems in these programs. There's information that I'm giving you. If you attend the programs, you're going to learn a lot. It's best to get the first-hand experience rather than do it online. But if you can't get to the sessions, if you can't get to our training programs, now we have a couple of courses next week, but I want you to get in touch with us about. So I'm not going to give you those dates today. I'm going to give you those dates on another day. And I'm going to tell you that you can attend those programs as well. So as I say, we've got coming up health and safety, we've got conflict management, we've got customer service, we've got neuro-linguistic programming, we've got mental health first aid, we've got first aid. So we've got those programs available for you if you want them for your organisation. We've also got sector packs available for you for care. We've got them for industrial, we've got them for retail, and we've got them for hospitality, and we've got them for construction as well. So there's a fair few things that we can give to you, and they're absolutely free. We can also put you in touch with some roles that you might be interested in as well. So what I want to say, Vikas Chopra, thank you very much for listening in today. It's been a pleasure, and I want to wish you a wonderful evening tonight. Stay safe, as I'd say, stay safe and warm in your house. And that's if you're stopping at home. Or alternatively, if you're going to go for a walk, get that coat on and get out there. 20 minutes, half an hour. Let you start improving you. Let you get the best version of you. Over and out, Vikas Chopra. Thank you very much, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. My number 07932 604 705. Email address excellencetrain@outlook.com. Get in touch. Thank you very much, and God bless.